I know, man. It was great. They put that shift on, and then it was, and then Olsen just slapped the ball through the shift. But we all wonder that, right? We all wonder why they don't do that every time. You know, like when they put on that crazy shift for guys that hit to one side of the ball or one side of the ballpark statistically. We always wonder why don't they just like slap the ball if they're that good? Why don't they just hit it over there? But if they were that good and just hit it over there, then the statistics wouldn't be that way. They would be skewed. I mean, they would be spread out. But then Darno comes in off the bench, just a slap base hit single, drives the winning run in. What a game. Oh, what a game. It's a shame I was so exhausted. Yeah. Well, you know, when you're not feeling right, you're not feeling right. So, hey, can you shut that bird up? It's really loud today. Just kidding. Sounds like a warbler. I know you're not going to shut the bird up. How would you do that anyway? I don't want you to kill it. I like the birds. I was joking. What I would like you to do is well, I like the rain, but not when I'm doing my show. So if you could just keep it away for like half an hour, that would be great. That would be great. We're live? Well, ha, ha. Woo, hello everybody. How you doing? What's he doing? Is he doing the tomahawk chop? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Atlanta Braves are rocking and rolling right now. Went to the game against the Mets, one of the games against the Mets last week, where we won 5-0. And then last night's game was crazy. Crazy. They were up, they were down, they were tied, they were down. Extra innings. Oh, wow, what a game. I don't hate on Houston. I only hate on the Mets and Phillies and the Dodgers. I've always disliked the Dodgers since I was a kid. I would hate them a lot less if they were still in Brooklyn. Good morning, Dennis and Chris Hawkins, my friend, the General. Cheryl, hello. Nice hashtag, Copy Nation. The more of those we get, the more viral this show becomes. And not in like a COVID viral way, like a good viral way. Should have put on my sunglasses. Good morning. Yeah. I'm drinking Mad Priest today from here. I drank the last cup of perk that I had available yesterday, so I got to go buy more. Some pretty little birds in that Japanese maple right there. Beautiful. Got a trilly little song too. Morning, Carrie. So I'm drinking Mad Priest today. Local brew. Trying to be better about putting links in the description when I go live and not after the fact. Although I do need to add these things to my playlist after the fact. Morning, Allison. No. No, we cannot. No, that there's dirt water. That's garbage water. Ted Lasso. Classic. I actually don't hate hot tea. I like, especially like green tea's fine. Matcha's fine. I drink those. Hot tea like you folks drink in the UK. I like it with honey. I mean, that to y'all that might be an abomination, but I actually like it with honey. That's what I used to have to drink a lot when I was singing. So, my goodness, this picture is crystal clear and vibrant in the background and beautiful. I don't want much. Don't want much. That's right. Yeah. 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 You know, the Braves over the years, one of the big problems with them in the 90s when they had like the greatest pitching rotation of all time. And I will die on that hill. I know that the Dodgers had some good rotations back in the 60s. Uh, and I know there was, Koufax and Drysdale. I know there was some good pitchers in history, but there is nothing that can compare to three first ballot Hall of Famers on one rotation. Nobody ever had that. Multiple Cy Youngs. The 90s Braves up until 2001, 2004, somewhere in there. That rotation was the greatest of all time, but their flaw was their hitters didn't. They were always trying to hit home runs, um, and they didn't play small ball. You're exactly right, Dennis. And that has been our problem until last year. And we still win a lot of games with the long ball, but we can also beat you with the small ball too. So we're one of the top base stealing teams. Um, the guys, I see them now. They'll swing for the fences on strike one and two, and then they'll shorten up and try to slap it on strike three. And that's how you do it. You take your big shot on the first one and the second one, and then you get smart on the third one if you whiff. So they still strike out sometimes quite a bit, but it looks like they're starting to cut that back too. So again, they're getting hot when they needed to, just like they did last year. And this was, I mean, I said this at the beginning of the last season. I said it at the All Star break when we were under 500, and I said it all the way through. I never stopped saying it. The Braves are going to win the World Series, and they did. And it's not that I'm an oracle of some kind. I just when I watch a lot of sports, and when I see things that are being built the right way, there's no denying that. And I said that this year they're going to go back to back. And it's not that I'm rose-colored glasses. I'm a fan of the Tennessee Vols, the Atlanta Falcons, and the Atlanta Braves. So my lifetime has been one huge disappointment after another when it comes to sports. And but I finally see all three of those teams doing things the right way, and they're going to all the Braves won't surprise anybody because they're the champs, but the other two are going to surprise a lot of people because they're finally doing things the right way. That's it. You just it's not complicated in sports. You see what the most successful teams are doing, and then you copy what they're doing, right? And you do the same thing in writing. You don't copy the stories, you don't plagiarize, you don't copy ideas, but you see what other authors are doing, other writers. I like to look at. I don't really look at a lot about what other authors are doing. I look at what people do in film. That's my sweet spot is film. I love to watch storytelling on the screen, and so I try to replicate what I perceive as really good stories that I enjoy. I try to replicate that on the pages because I'm not a director yet. So, but same thing with sports, writing, and a lot of things. Music, music's the same way. Yes, you just got to get the right one, you know. But you're right; it does smell great and taste different. It's an interesting. Was that a dichotomy? I guess I don't know, but I don't disagree with you on that, Cheryl. If coffee tasted as good as it smells, I'd be drinking it all. I mean, everybody would be drinking it, right? Yeah, iced tea, I can do that. I get a little sweet tea. I do half and half. I do half sweet, half unsweet tea. Because sweet tea is just so sugary. Hey, what's up, cousin Chris? I just disagreed on that one, though, Cheryl. We agree to disagree. Yeah, I'm going to side with Ted Lasso on that one. Unless it's with honey. Now, honey changes the game. But, like, that's not. I don't think a lot of Brits do it that way. I mean, maybe they do. What do you say over there, Allison, and all the rest of you Brits over there that are watching? Y'all like it with honey? Bono doesn't like his tea with honey, which is shocking. He's a singer, but he's also not British. He's Irish, so. But I guess they have the same customary morning beverage. This is good talk, though. I love the debate. Tea or coffee? Tea or coffee? Say which one you like better, and then hashtag Coffee Nation. Good morning, Heather LeBlanc. I was hoping you'd be here. Yeah, yeah, they're getting there. They're getting there. And the Cardinals did this real well with when Tony La Russa was the manager. I mean, they did it in the '80s too. The Cardinals. You know, people, baseball fans are like, "Oh, great! Here they're going to talk about how the Cardinals have the best fans in the world." Well, they do. It's a baseball town. I mean, they have hockey, and they're great about the Blues too. By the way, they're real good with their hockey team, um, but it's a baseball town. I mean, they're when the Cardinals are playing, nothing else is going on, and they're packed. That stadium's always packed. And those fans, I talked about it before. Shane Victorino talked about it one time when he was playing for the Phillies. He made some crazy diving catch and got one of the Cardinals out, and the the fans stood up and were cheering for him. They got one of their own guys out, but they appreciated the play. That's how sports should be anyway, right? You should appreciate the command of that person that person has over physics, the laws of physics. I mean, they are pushing the laws of physics and human body control to the absolute breaking point, right? And to as far as they can, to the limit. And when they do spectacular things, it should be applauded. And it's pretty cool. I mean, what I've heard about. I've been to a game in the Old Bush Stadium. I haven't been to the new one. So I stood outside it, but they didn't have a game that day. I was just happened to be passing through. Seems like I should have taken some pictures. I do need to hit a game there though at some point in St. Louis. It'd be fun. Maybe my next time through. I gotta double check the hockey schedule. See if the Golden Knights are going to be in Vegas when I'm down there. The week I'm out in Vegas. Oops! Oh, I kicked the tripod. Sorry, guys. Made everybody dizzy. I positioned the tripod with the one leg between my legs. That's not smart. You want to twist it so that it's two legs away. I love you, Paul. Thank you. I love that you always ask because I've got it's the little tap on my shoulder. So today I'm Megan and I are remodeling our master bedroom. So and by remodeling I mean she's repainting it right now, and then I am going to be nailing up some whitewash boards on as an accent wall where the headboard of the bed will be. So I had this idea, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I went to Home Depot and saw these boards, and I was like, oh, that would be cool. And we had this dark navy blue paint in there, and I like the paint. I'm fine with it. I thought the whitewash walls would be a really cool accent with the dark. But then she was like, but I said to her, I can do this, and then, if you want, because I know you like the whole ocean beach house color thing, if you want to go with like a lighter blue or a seafoam kind of color, then you can. She's like, oh, really? And so she got all excited. So she's doing that right now. She's up there. Oh, I can see. Yeah. Oh, she's got the windows open. Yep. So she's doing that, and I'm gonna start nailing those boards up today. I gotta cut some of them first, so that we have the nice staggered look. Gotta do the staggered thing. So yeah, good times. So I'll be doing that for about. That's a 4-hour project, easy. I don't think it'll take less time than that. And I don't think it'll take more. That's going to be 4 hours. Liquid nails, nail it up. Liquid nails, nail it up. The cutting won't take long. But I will probably be working on the online store today. Probably be hopefully this week. I don't know. I'm going to stop making predictions. I got to do it. I just got to sit down and focus and do it. But I'm trying to write the next book. That's the problem. When I don't write, I don't feel productive. You know how that feels? That sounded snide. I'm not being snide. I mean, I'm asking. Like, if you're not doing a certain thing, your thing, you don't feel productive. That's my thing. It's my job. It's writing the books. So, yeah. Uh, Probably could get my manager on it. Probably do that. Moscow Sky. Moscow Sky is the next one. Relic Runner 5. And then from there, I believe I'm doing I think I'm doing Crimson Winter next. And then I'll probably have to say have to. It sounds like it's something I don't want to do. I do want to do it, but I think I probably need to do a Sean Wyatt book next because we've only had one this year. So the plan going forward is going to be a book per series per year. So 4 books a year. Sean Wyatt, Dak Harper, Gideon Wolf, Paranormal Archaeology Division, and then Chandler and I are kind of working on Adventure Guild 5. So it's a little complicated with him in college, doing a bunch of things. But Moscow Sky is next. Relic Runner Book 5. Book 4 is on audio right now. For some reason, Audible, I had a alt or something. It was like a chapter header for Country Roads. Not Country Roads. Yeah, for Country Roads. It's like, really? You took 3 weeks to tell me that? So book 4 is actually up sooner than book 3. Book 3 might be up now on audio. I gotta send out some emails too. I haven't sent out an email since the launch, so I gotta do that. I got a big to-do list this week. What's up, Douglas Davis? Good to see you. Well, welcome aboard, Angie Dawn. All right. Hey, cheers. Good morning or evening if you're in Australia. You get some of the viewers are from down under. Or if you're in Argentina or Brazil or Uruguay. But yeah, very cool. First timer. I like it. Good morning, Jennifer. Oh, I don't know what that is. That's funny. Yeah, did you watch the highlights? That game got over at like 4 a.m. your time, 5 a.m. You might have been awake because it did get over late. It might have finished at like 6 a.m. I'm impressed that you know that, Allison. I am very impressed. Darno did play well. Came in off the bench, slaps a little single. That's not easy to do when you're pinch hitting. You're not in the groove of the game. You haven't been seeing pitches. But sometimes that's just what you need. It was great. Classy. Yeah, no, it's gone now. Oh, all right. Hello, Shelly. Oh, there's my guy. What's up, Neil? Y'all play today, right? Newcastle plays today? Is that right? Seems like they play today. I think that's correct. I was watching some highlights I was watching some, like, there was a halftime of the Everton game, which as a whole mess, but I was watching an interview with one of the Newcastle players from the 90s, like 92 to 98 or something like that. And that game where they scored. They were talking about that game where they scored a whole bunch of goals, like 7 or 8 goals or something crazy like that. They just kept coming. And I was like, I was thinking about my guy Neil. I was thinking about my dude. Yeah, yeah, I'm down with both. Honestly, I just think it's funny that Ted Lasso calls it what he calls it. Hmm. Oh, okay. That's an interesting take there, Allison, on the T. Okay. Paul, no HDTV in my future. One of my friends is friends with those two twins, though. The two dudes that do all the like home makeover shows and whatever. Those two guys, those twin guys, right? I don't remember what their names are. I think they live in Nashville now, but my friend lives in Nashville. I'm not gonna say her name, but she's friends with them. At least she was. Like they would come over to house parties and stuff like that. But they always had it's so the life they live is so weird because they they have a lot of celebrity friends like from the music industry up there that come over. I'm like that is just such a strange reality. But maybe I have the same reality. I mean, I'm friends with all these authors, and we're texting each other and hang out when we go to conferences and call each other and stuff. So maybe that's weird too. Um, I did reach out to Blair Howard, who lives here in Chattanooga now, but haven't heard back from him. Probably thinks I'm a stalker. Hey, all right, what's up, boys and ladies, whoever's there? When you say football mates, I think of a bunch of dudes like sitting around the pub, at the bar with some pints in your hands. God, it makes me want to fly over there right now. That would be so much fun. Just hang out with you and your boys and girls, whatever. I'm not trying to pigeonhole football mates. I'm trying to get my daughter to be my football mate. Like she won't. She's not into it. Like last night, I'm just trying to get her to be into something, into any of my sports. I've got a lot of options, kid. I got soccer / football, American football, baseball, hockey. Not into any of it. Like last night, I was like, buddy, I want you to sit down and watch the Braves game with me, but I don't want to watch it. And I'm like, I know, Arden. I said, when you were born, I was so hopeful that I'd finally have somebody to watch sports with because your mom doesn't watch it with me. And she goes, well, I watch with you sometimes when we go to the games. And I'm like, that's once a year. She goes, but we have fun. I like doing it. And I'm like, yeah, once a year. But she doesn't want to go all the time. I mean, I have season tickets for Atlanta United, and for Atlanta Falcons. And I never go because she doesn't want to go. So I always have to sell the tickets. So good times. Yeah, tell your crew I said hello. You sitting at the pub right now watching this, about to head to the game? That's amazing. God, I'd love to be there. Yeah, yeah. I didn't really do the. I mean, I kind of did the Prison Break with Second Sign, sorta. I've thought about it, and it's a good idea. The Prison Break thing. I'm better with riddles. For Sean Wyatt, I'm better with riddle. I'm not good at solving riddles, but I'm good at coming up with them. And well, I'm okay at coming up with them. Dan Brown is so good, and Rollins and Hustler, so good at those riddles. Like they're just amazing. Um, but I'm okay at them. But when it comes to figuring out how to get out of situations like a prison. Like I've imagined that. Like what if I was sent to prison wrongly accused? Like how would I get out? Right? And I've thought about it. I mean, people do it still to this day. Like prison breaks happen, but I'm like, I don't understand how they happen. I have no idea how they pull it off. It's crazy to me. And I just think I'm like, there's no way. The only this all I could do in prison was just ask for a computer, right? And be like, I'm just gonna write a gajillion books while I'm here because I got all the time in the world. So I mean, they let people have hobbies, so I would load up on books. I would stockpile books. I don't want to go to prison though. It's so boring. Oh my goodness. I've seen the schedules there. It's just like, and it's all the same. I don't like routines, like especially mandated routines. I don't want to do that. I saw that on it when I was touring a juvenile center when I was a guidance counselor, and I was like, the schedule is on the wall, bolted onto the wall. It's a metal placard, and the schedule is permanent, like it's engraved on this metal. So it never changes for all time. 6:30 a.m. wake up or whatever. 7 a.m. breakfast, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, that sounds terrible. That sounds really awful. Oh, all right, Dougie. Thank you, buddy. I was thinking about y'all the other day. Y'all are due for a lodge trip soon, right? Or has it already happened? Yeah. Woo, buddy, Zeke, what a game. Oh, there's my kid. Okay. Pressing her nose to the. You should put some pants on if you're going to stand in the door. Just saying. I mean, I guess the underwear is sort of like your swimsuit, so it doesn't matter, but. Okay. She's being distracting. Yeah. Heck of a run the Braves are on right now. They're the world champs. There's a reason. They know what they're doing. Ooh. I would definitely be down to visit Thailand. I've seen some Mongolian pictures. It seems interesting, but I don't know. I don't know about that. I might I might do Thailand. That'd be a good place to put a story. All right. I'll put it in the hopper, Neil. I think cuz I've got a bunch. I do have a hopper of story ideas and locations in my Evernote app. Boy, what you guys would give to see inside my Evernote app. Oh, I mean the treasure trove of crazy thoughts that's in that thing. I mean, my goodness. I could post one of those idea notebooks from my Evernote app and be like, you guys pick which one you want me to do next. That'd be fun. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but it's off the cuff. It sounds like a fun idea. Like you pick like all the ideas. You pick the next one I write about. Fans decide. Yeah, Man City. That's gonna be a tough game today, Neil. Cheryl, I'm not gonna post what you said. You guys from the other side of Merseyside, I don't. You keep populating my feeds here with your go blank blank, and I'm not gonna acknowledge it. you and you and the Reeds. I'm just glad we got a point yesterday. Golly, finally got a goal. Cannot sign that Ghanaian midfielder soon enough. And I don't know what's up with Gordon, but that kid is so flashy and so good until he takes a shot, and then until he gets inside the 6 yards. He gets to 6 yards, and then it's like he just forgets what to do. Can't seem to score. It's like I told Allison this yesterday. I was messaging Allison. I said, and this is true, because I played striker and I wasn't that good. I wasn't flashy. I didn't have a lot of great moves, but I scored a lot of goals. And like guys were like, I'd show up to the games on Sundays, and guys in rec league, and guys would be like, "Hey, there's the finisher." Yeah, that's what I was, and it wasn't that I was like a talented player. I just had a nose for goal. I could score goals in weird ways. I hit a header in from like 15 yards out one time on a free kick from the other side of the other half of the field. Dude kicks this free kick way up, and I posted up against the fullback, the center back, and I just out jumped him and hit it like off the back half of my skull, and there was so much pace on it, like it went right past the diving goalkeeper, 15 yards, maybe 12 yards out, right? But it's like it wasn't that good. It was just you just have a knack for scoring goals. You either have that or you don't. It doesn't matter all the other stuff. The other stuff can help you, but strange. Or Angie's like, I thought he was going to talk about books, but this seems like he's just talking about sports 90% of the time. Hey, that's what, listen, I do these shows to talk a little bit about stories. She's not really saying that, by the way. I'm just messing with you, Angie. But some people may wonder, like, I thought he was going to talk about books. But yeah, these shows are sharing my life with you. That's the whole point. And you're sharing your life with me. Like Neil's in a pub right now where I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a great spot, but I would love to be in a pool in Newcastle, in a pub in Newcastle right now. I wouldn't want to be in a pool in Newcastle right now. It might be cold there. Pub for sure. He's in a pub in Newcastle, getting ready. Are you going to go to the game? Do you have tickets? Because that's amazing. Stop it, Cheryl. You do have a chance, Neil. There's Matt James. See the other authors are they're all congregating now. Yeah, Palace did play well yesterday. Yeah, we pulled it back, but we need that Ghanaian, and we need a striker with a nose for goal. When DCL comes back from that knee injury, we'll probably be all right. But listen, you can't just have one guy. You need depth. That's the secret, right? Their injuries happen, and they happen to your best player sometimes. You can't just hang it all on one dude. You got to have some depth. That's what Tennessee. That's what Tennessee last year. They were real good and real flashy, but they didn't have the depth to go up against the big teams. This year they've added depth, right? And they've added it for the following year, and then the following year. It's coming, right? They're going to be a juggernaut. It's starting this year. But you got to have depth, quality on the benches. Yeah, somebody can recommend a good book for you. You know, trying to think. Well, I'm reading some nonfiction stuff right now, so I'm reading a lot of spiritual stuff and historical stuff. So I'm learning about Marcus Aurelius, which is just awesome. I cannot believe I've never read his meditations or about his life. I'm kicking myself for not doing this sooner. And I'm reading about the Rosicrucian order that I wrote about in the first trilogy, and I sort of villainized them in a way as a secret society, but really it wasn't the society that's evil. It was the guy that was, it was the prophet that was evil. The Rosicrucian order is quite the opposite, highly spiritual organization, and probably closer to the truth than a lot of people realize. Not that there's an absolute truth, but yeah, good book to recommend. Man, it just depends on what you're looking for. But if you like science fiction, I would read Backyard Starship. If you like, by J.N. Chaney and my good buddy Terry Maggart, outstanding. It's like The Last Starfighter meets Clash of the Titans. drink that in. And it's exactly what you think it is. Backyard Starship. I mean, it is fan-freaking-tastic. I've not finished it. I'm in the book one, and I've got to continue onward with it. And if you like fantasy, I always recommend Kelkade, Kelkade, Kelkade. She is my favorite fantasy author and a good friend and just a wonderful person. Kel is based out of Texas, and she is phenomenal. Her Reskin character in the King's Dark Tidings series, I tell people is like is like John Wick in fantasy. If you're looking for something in my genre, like archaeological thrillers, Nick and Kevin are always pumping out new stuff. Luke Richardson's got good stuff. Stephen Moore. There's a lot of. I have not read David Ledbetter, but there's some people that read my stuff that like him. Brady, she's got some good stuff. The Belial, I don't know how to say that. Artie Brady. Sorry, getting all choked up. I need some water. Or hot tea. Ironically enough, Cheryl. Artie Brady. She's got some really good stories. If you just pick one of hers, you'll be good. Always the Rollins stuff is good. The Barry stuff is good. You're going with like the bigger hitters. I'm trying to think who else. A lot of options. Michelle is probably the one to go to because of all of y'all, I think Michelle probably reads the fastest. So she consumes multiple books per week. So if Michelle's got some recommendations, she's the one to go to because she reads fast. I read about 2 books a year as far as read. Audio, I consume 5 or 6. Yes. Oh, can't get tickets, sold out. Yeah, this is a fun one. The Paris Heist. I sent it to your email. If you haven't checked that email, go back and check it out because I sent that to everybody for free. So it's just a short story in it. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Paris Heist. Dennis, if you'll message me on this Facebook page here, I'll send you the link to download it. It's free. We did it as a free story for our readers. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you, Allison. Yeah, she and James have set up a fan group, so you guys can, if she'll do that too. And that's run by you guys. That's run by the readers, right? So that's this should be a lot of fun for y'all because you guys can all just congregate and have a good time and make fun of me. Oh, it is on there. Okay. All right, cool. I didn't know that. I told him he could sell it. I'm not selling it because Eden Black is Luke's idea, and I told him, I was like, I don't want any royalties from this. I'm gonna give it to my readers for free. I'm gonna recommend you do the same. But if he's selling it or he has it listed, and it might be perma-free. It might be one of those perma-free ones. Fine by me. I don't care. Eden Black is Luke's idea. That's his baby, and I wanted to make sure that he had a smooth transition into that series and didn't get any sort of crazy comments in case it looked similar to Adriana. And so I think he's done really well with it, and I love the development of it. Oh, which of mine? You got to ask the other readers that. I don't know. Depends on what you have and haven't read. So. But all these good folks right here in the comments, it's on this side for me. All these folks right here, they can tell you which one. All right, buddy. Hey, you have a good time. Enjoy the game. Best of luck today against City. It's a tall order, but it's a different year for Newcastle. I got a good feeling. I'm not going to make predictions on today's scoreline. I have not looked into the ether and seen it. I don't know if you can beat them, but I think you can draw. So we'll see. Yeah, here's my guy Matt too. By the way, he's just sitting here in the show, and you're asking me for other books to recommend, and I'm like, it's so stupid, Matt. I'm like, yeah, you should check out Nick and RD and Kevin, and I listed everybody except you. And in the whole time I was like, there's somebody else that I'm trying to think of who, and they're right in front of me. Matt James, you need to check out. He's doing a little self promo here, but absolutely, you need to check out Matt James's books. I don't know why I was blanking. Matt, I am so sorry. Such an idiot. I did not do that on purpose. God. Now we're not going to hang out at Epcot, are we? I am so sorry. Dennis, definitely, if you're waiting on the next Sean Wyatt and Dak Harper and all that, you've got to check out Matt James's books. He's really good, and I highly recommend them for sure. And it is in that archaeological thriller vein, so definitely check those out. I'm so sorry, Matt. And I swear I was like, who is it I'm thinking of? It's a buddy of mine, and there's probably another one too that I'm like, oh yeah, that one. But I was sitting there naming them, and I'm just like, there's the name. It's right in front of me, and they're really good, and they're a friend. And you're the only one watching. You're the only author on it. I mean, maybe Jason Queen's watching. I don't know. I have not read Gary McAvoy. No. Cool. What's up, Jonathan? All right. I'm so sorry, man. I do. When we get to Epcot, we'll walk over to England, and we'll hit the stand there by the lake, or Germany. I can go either direction, brother. Can't lose. Or France. The Cronenberg's solid too. So, I mean, we'll have all day. We'll hit them all. Hit all those little stands. And all the little ones in between. You know, the Australian one's got Coopers. So that's one of my favorites is Coopers. All right, y'all. Yeah, Norway's is good too. I like that. We have some of those here in Chattanooga. Those Icelandic ones and all that. So, yeah, I was gonna mention Kennedy. He's pretty good too. So, I don't have that. I don't have that link, but somebody can share it in the comments. Einstock, that's the one, Maddie. There you go. I knew you'd know it. All right, y'all. I got to get upstairs. I got to get hammering those panels. So I will see you guys Friday, probably. Drinks with Dempsey. I don't see any interruptions in the schedule, so it should happen. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me this morning for Coffee Nation, brought to you by Mad Priest Coffee, the Sloth Dispelling Roast. It's done a great job of that. Y'all have a wonderful time. Dennis, we've given you a million ideas to look for. So y'all have a great Sunday and a wonderful week, and I will see you next weekend, guys. Take it easy.